Hello! Welcome to our channel. Subscribe to get more useful updates. You can check the description box for the written article about the same title. Now let's begin to understand the governance in the UAE. What is it? And how is it important? The role of the human resources (HR) function has undergone a dramatic evolution. Once viewed primarily as an administrative arm responsible for payroll, compliance, and conflict resolution, HR is now being thrust into the strategic heart of the modern organization. This transformation is not merely a trend, but a fundamental governance imperative, a necessary shift from reactive problem-solving to proactive strategic governance. Nowhere is this shift more critical and more vividly demonstrated than in the dynamic business landscape of the United Arab Emirates (UAE). Governance plays a pivotal role in this evolution. It ensures AXA aligns with business goals, transforming it from a back-office function to a strategic power. Why governance matters in HR. At its core, governance in HR is the framework of policies, processes, standards, and accountability mechanisms that ensure an organization's human capital is managed ethically, efficiently, and in alignment with overarching business objectives. It moves HR beyond simply following rules to shaping the environment in which the business operates. Why does this matter? Risk mitigation. Poor HR governance exposes a company to significant risks: financial penalties from noncompliance, reputational damage from unfair labor practices, and operational disruption from employee unrest. A governed HR function systematically identifies and mitigates these risks. Strategic alignment. Governance ensures that every HR initiative, from recruitment and performance management to training and compensation, is directly tied to the company's strategic goals. It answers the question, how do our people strategies help us win in the market? Building trust in employer brand. A transparent, fair, and consistent HR framework builds trust among employees. This fosters a positive culture, enhances employee engagement, and strengthens the employer brand, making the company a magnet for top talent. Data-driven decision-making. Governance mandates the systematic collection and analysis of people data. This shifts decisions about talent from intuition and anecdotal evidence to robust, data-driven insights on attrition, productivity, skills gaps, and future needs. In essence, governance transforms HR from a cost center to a value creator. It is the bedrock upon which a resilient, agile, and high-performing organization is built. Let's explore why this shift is essential. 1. Emiratization, from quota to quality. Emiratization is the most prominent example of a national policy that demands a strategic HR response. Initially perceived by some as a compliance burden, a quota to be filled, forward-thinking organizations now see it as a core talent strategy. Reactive approach is when hiring UAE nationals at the last minute to meet mandated percentages in specific sectors, often without a clear integration or development plan. This leads to high turnover and undermines the policy's goals. Strategic governance approach is going to be when the workforce planning is in advanced, proactively partnering with Emiratization bodies like NAFIs to understand future talent pipelines. Attraction and branding. Developing an employer brand that resonates with UAE national talent, showcasing meaningful career paths and development opportunities. Onboarding and development. Creating robust onboarding, mentorship, and leadership development programs specifically designed to ensure the long-term success and retention of Emirati employees. Succession planning. Integrating high-potential UAE nationals into the leadership pipeline, ensuring the organization's future leadership reflects the country's demographic. By embracing Emiratization strategically, companies gain access to a growing, well-educated talent pool, build stronger relationships with regulators, and enhance their social license to operate. This shift requires new competencies in analytics and strategic influence. HR leaders must understand the business deeply, ensuring HR initiatives drive value and align with long-term goals. National mandates like Emiratization drive strategic HR responses. Companies must integrate these mandates into their core strategies, viewing them as opportunities rather than compliance burdens. CSR and ESG are shaping HR governance. Ethical labor practices and diversity initiatives are now integral to business strategy, enhancing the employer brand and attracting investors focused on ESG performance. A robust HR governance framework is built on 6 pillars: policies, risk management, roles, technology, performance, and ethics. We now turn to the how. How does an organization move from recognizing the need for strategic HR to actually building a robust, functioning governance framework? This requires a deliberate architectural approach, constructing the organization's HR function on several key interdependent pillars. A strategic HR governance framework is not a one-size-fits-all model, but a scalable structure that ensures consistency, fairness, and alignment from the boardroom to the front lines. In the context of the UAE, this framework must be designed to seamlessly integrate national priorities like Emiratization and ESG into its very core. The following pillars form the foundation of an effective HR governance system. Each pillar ensures consistency, fairness, and strategic alignment. Policies must be dynamic, regularly reviewed, and aligned with strategic goals. Risk management transforms compliance into a proactive shield, identifying and mitigating potential risks. To effectively orchestrate the governance framework, HR leaders in the UAE must master four interconnected competencies. 1. Deep business acumen and contextual intelligence. This is the most critical competency. The HR leader must understand the business they are in with the depth of a line manager or CO. What it means, they understand the company's financial drivers, competitive landscape, customer value proposition, and operational challenges. UAE context, they possess deep contextual intelligence about the local market. This includes not just compliance with mandates like Emiratization and ESG, but an understanding of why these mandates exist. The UAE's vision for a sustainable, knowledge-based economy. This allows them to frame HR initiatives not as compliance costs, but as strategic investments in the company's future within the nation. 2. Data literacy and analytical storytelling. Governance is grounded in evidence, not emotion. The strategic HR leader must be fluent in people analytics. What it means, they can interpret data from the HCM system to diagnose problems. For example, why is attrition high in this department? Predict trends, for example, we will have a critical skills gap in 2 years. And measure ROI, for example, our new onboarding program has improved time to productivity by 15%. UAE application? They use data to tell a compelling story about people strategy to the board. For example, they don't just report an Emiratization percentage, they present analytics on the quality of Emirati hires, their progression rates, and their impact on business outcomes, demonstrating the tangible value of the nationalization strategy. 3. Influencing and partnering for impact. HR leaders rarely have direct authority over the line managers who execute people's strategies. Their power comes from influence. What it means, they build strong, trusting relationships with C-suite peers and line managers. They act as coaches and consultants, helping managers see the connection between people management and business results. They persuade rather than mandate. UAE application, they partner with the CEO to champion the organization's commitment to national priorities, and they equip Emirati line managers with the tools and support to be effective leaders and mentors, fostering a culture of authentic integration. 4. Change leadership and agility. The business environment, especially in the UAE, is in constant flux. The HR leader must be the chief architect of the organization's ability to adapt. What it means? They design and lead change management processes for organizational restructurings, digital transformations, and cultural shifts. They manage the people side of change, communication, training, and addressing resistance. UAE application. They are at the forefront of integrating new technologies like I and while ensuring the workforce is reskilled. They lead the cultural transformation required to build inclusive, agile, and innovative workplaces that can thrive in the future UAE economy. In the UAE, HR leaders must navigate national mandates and cultural shifts. They lead change management processes, ensuring the organization adapts to new technologies and market demands. Consider a UAE company accelerating Emiratization and leadership. A strategic HR leader partners with the board, uses data to identify talent gaps, and activates a governance framework to drive success. Strategic HR governance is no longer optional. In the UAE's ambitious landscape, HR leaders are indispensable drivers of success, transforming organizations into resilient, high-performing entities. By embracing governance, HR leaders can shed their reactive past and step into their essential role as architects of their organization's most valuable asset, its people. Recap. We've explored the evolution of HR, the importance of governance, and the strategic role of HR leaders. These elements are crucial for building resilient organizations in the UAE. Takeaway: by embracing strategic HR governance, you'll transform your organization into a high-performing entity, ready to meet the challenges of the modern business world. Call to action: let's continue this journey together. Implement these strategies in your organization and witness the transformation. Your role as an HR leader is more crucial than ever. Thank you for watching. Remember, strategic HR governance is the key to unlocking your organization's potential. Embrace it and lead the way to a successful future.